Hey everyone, it's Sam Mackay from Enterprise DNA. Today I want to showcase to you how we can create a visualization, say a cumulative visualization. These are really good visualizations to show things over time. How we can show actuals versus, say, our forecast or versus our budgets. But for our actuals, what we want to do is we only want to show it up to today's date or the very last date of a sale that we have made. Now, it's an interesting technique, and honestly, it's not that difficult too, which is great. But if you don't use it, what you'll actually find with these visualizations, especially with the actuals one, which is the lime-colored one here. So you see here, cumulative sales. That's what I have is basically my actuals result, and the dark blue is what I've called my cumulative budgets, which is my budgets or my forecasts or my my target line, whatever, or something like that. What would happen if you do not use this simple technique is that you will have a cumulative total which just has a line which goes straight out here, because what will happen is it will say, okay, well, there's no, every single result post here is 0, and so if the cumulative total basically out here is the same result here. But what I wanted to do is I actually wanted this to stop. I didn't want a line to continue for actuals. I want it to be basically blank from here on out. I just think it just looks way more compelling when you show it like this. And then as you go through the days, what would happen is that make more sales. Well, this line would actually just gradually grow out here. You'd hope that it would go above your budgets, above your forecasts, etc. So how do we do it? So let's have a look at this particular formula here. Okay. Now, the first thing that we need to work out, and I just realized that I need to add that there. That's a simple fix, doesn't really change too much. But what we need to do, right, is we need to go and work out what the last sale date was, or it could be today. You could use today's result, but I do actually like last sale date in this particular case, because it is it's more live, right? It's really just taking the very last sale item or the very last sale date that you may have in, say, your actuals table or your sales table, etc. Now, to actually calculate this result, what I needed to do was that I needed to put it inside a calculate and remove, because that's what all does. All is like the remove filters function, and remove any filters that are coming from, or any context coming from, the sales table. And then what that enables me to do with this calculation is, regardless of where we're at, whatever day we're on, we're always just looking for the very, very last sale date, or the very last date in this particular column. Okay. And then to make sure that we have this blank space out here, this is the key logic. Okay, this particular logic down here is a very, it's really just a cumulative total pattern. Okay, you can reuse this over and over again. This is just creating cumulative total based on any selected context. Right, this is the key part of this video. What we need to do is we need to say, okay, well, on any specific day, okay, we need to work out or create some logic that says, okay, what day are we on, and is that day greater than, in this case I've used greater than, is it greater than the last sale date? Okay, and if any particular day, so we're probably out here now, right? If any particular day is greater than the last sale date or last day we've ever made a sale, we'll then return a blank. And then what blank does is it actually returns a nothing result. Okay, it doesn't return a 0, it just returns nothing. And then as the alternative, so if it is less than or equal to the last sale date, well, then we're going to return the cumulative total, like we have in this particular case. So that's really it. That's all you really need to do for this type of logic. And in this particular case, yes, I've used budgeting, right? Because this was a budgeting example from the one of the recent Enterprise DNA learning summits. But what you can do is you can reuse. This is very reusable. I mean, this is there are things where you might be anything over time, this is great for, right? So you might have a target line, you might have a bunch of forecasts, right? And so all of this logic, this simple logic, enables you to show cumulatively, information only up to a point, and then as you go, you can hopefully see some adjustments, some changes, right? And I think that from a visualization perspective is pretty quality. Okay, so that's really all I wanted to showcase in this small breakout tutorial. I think that's a very useful one. So if you like the content, if you can throw the video a like, I really appreciate it. Always helps getting feedback from consumers of the content. And also, don't forget to subscribe to Enterprise DNA TV. It's a lot of content on Power BI coming out, in the near term and in the long term. So really want to get that out to you as soon as it becomes available. Okay, good luck with this one. All the best.